In this video, we're going to look at the top 3 mistakes that actors make in auditions. And at the end of the video, I'm actually throwing in a 4th mistake that is as important as the first 3 put together. Hi, my name is Jeff Kaplan. I'm an acting teacher here in the New York City area. I have a PhD in theater, as well as a Master's of Fine Arts in dance. I taught in colleges and universities over a span of 17 years and have been performing well before then. I have seen a lot of auditions over the years. I have adjudicated a lot of auditions, and the same mistakes tend to come up over and over again, and they're all preventable. So let's dive in so that you know what to avoid. Mistake number 1. Actors often fundamentally misunderstand the purpose of an audition. We think of auditions as something like competitions in which the participants put their best work forward and a judge or a panel of judges awards the winner. 100% wrong. The function of an audition is not to find the best actors, but to find the right actors for a specific production. Okay, what makes one actor the right actor? Well, think of it from the production team's perspective. In a major media market, an open call can attract hundreds of actors lined up down the street, all of whom probably have something wonderful to contribute to the production. Certainly by the time you get to callbacks, all of those actors would do a fine job in a role. And the creative team knows that. So at that point, it becomes an exercise in finding actors who correspond to what the team has in their mind for each of the characters. The producer could be thinking of a redhead. They may want somebody taller than you or shorter than you. They may want a specific vocal quality, or maybe they want a reluctant hero who life has treated harshly. Or they may not know until they see it. You have no way of knowing. Well, what are you supposed to do? Okay, you do what the successful actors do. When you come into an audition, you project a certain energy. You don't say this out loud, but your affect communicates, I am excited to be here. I'm gonna do a great job on my audition. I'm thoroughly prepared, but let's have fun. Let's see if this is a good fit for both of us. And if so, well, that's great. And if not, I've got 5 more auditions lined up in the next 10 days, so I'm good either way. You need to actually have those auditions lined up. We'll talk more about that. But if you can get just a little bit of distance, it doesn't take much, but just a hint of separation, you will be happier, you will be calmer, and ironically, you will probably do better in the audition because, as in all areas of life, confidence is attractive, whereas neediness is not. And let me say one more point about this. At the same time that they are auditioning you, you are also auditioning them. Ask yourself, are these people folks that you want to work with? What kind of environment are they going to create? What kind of energy are they going to give you? Actors don't think of this, but we have power in this situation too. So shift your mindset. Mistake number 2. Actors misunderstand the nature of time in auditions. This is a gigantic, complex topic. I'll give you some examples. There are more. We tend to fixate so much on the monologue or the song or the dance or the screen test that we think that that one component is the entire audition. In fact, the audition begins before you leave your home. Did you set yourself up for success? Did you get a good night's sleep, or did you choose to go out late the night before? Did you simplify logistics, or did you decide to take an out-of-town trip the day before, thereby setting up the inevitable travel disasters on the way back? Are you calm, or did you allow yourself to get drawn into your roommate's, cousin's, sister's drama at 3 in the morning? What choices did you make? Secondly, have you considered your appearance before you leave your door? Let's say, for example, that you are going for an audition for a production of Tennessee Williams' A Streetcar Named Desire, and you want the role of Blanche Dubois, the quintessential Southern belle with a dark past who has lost everything but needs to maintain appearances. Let me ask you, would Blanche Dubois show up to an audition wearing leggings and a collegiate hoodie? Probably not. But we see these choices. Do not come in costume, do not bring props. That absolutely veers too far into the land of trying too hard. But to a certain degree, seeing is believing, so help them believe. A third aspect of time is the idea of building in a 15-minute fudge factor to your travel to the audition, so that you maintain calm when you hit every single red light on your way to the audition, or you miss your train, or you miss your transfer. Or this might sound strange if you've not spent time in major cities, but here in New York, figuring out how to get inside of a building is a non-trivial challenge, especially at first, so leave yourself extra time. And then a fourth aspect of time is the idea of first impressions. So you've made it to the venue, you're inside, you sign in, and then eventually you get called. At that point, make soft but direct eye contact, smile, firm handshake, and then stand tall and walk deliberately and without rushing to your place to begin. I'm sorry to say, folks, but at that point, the audition is mostly over. In this study, researchers looked at the role of the job interview in hiring decisions, and honestly, a job interview is a kind of an audition. The researchers found that first impressions constitute as much as 70% of the hiring decision. They will absolutely watch your audition, but first impressions matter. So there you are. You're in a good place, you're calm, you've arrived on time, you've made a great first impression, you're standing in front of the team ready to go. Here's where actors make their third mistake. They have not practiced slating. If you're not familiar with that term, slate comes from the film days when the clapboard smacky things were made of slate. They were miniature chalkboards. And you would write the scene information on the board so that later editing was easier. Back in the days when you had to physically cut the film, you had to know which piece of film corresponded to what scene. Follow the specific directions for your audition, but in general, slating involves introducing yourself and then also saying the names of the pieces that you're delivering monologues from, as well as the writers. These are the first words that come out of your mouth. So you would think that actors would rehearse these until they are perfect, but they don't. So when actors get up to do their slate, they become flustered. They rush, they mumble, they trail off. Hi, my name is Jeff Kaplan. I'm going to be doing 2 monologues. One is from The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by, who wrote it? I forget. And then my second monologue is from Tartuffe by Molière. I'm exaggerating, but sometimes not by a lot. Slow down, breathe, enunciate, especially for names. Hi, my name is Jeff Kaplan. My first monologue comes from The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Simon Stevens. My second monologue is from Tartuffe by Molière. It's not hard, but you have to practice. So rehearse for somebody in your household, rehearse for the mirror, rehearse in front of the camera, rehearse for a bearded dragon if you have to. My first piece is from Cloud 9 by Carol Churchill, and then I'll be performing a monologue from Waiting for Godot by, oh boy. But hold on, there's one more aspect to slating that 95% of actors do not do, and you should. After you're done speaking, take a breath, close your eyes if you'd like to, and reconnect with the world of your piece. In your imagination, who are you talking to? Where are you? If you're in a forest, conjure the forest. If you are on a 15th century French battlefield, make that real. What happened the moment before that has impelled you to speak? What has caused you to begin talking? And then open your eyes, and then do your monologue. You're not going to take minutes and minutes to do that, but you can take several seconds. And as a matter of fact, if you allow the production team to see that moment of transformation, that in of itself might be enough for a callback. By the way, folks, if you want me to critique your monologue, here's my website, jeffkaplanarts.com, and it shows you how to do that. But what I want to do now is actually talk about a fourth error that I see, and it's probably as important as the first three put together. Actors tend to not think outside of the audition box. It's such an archetype, isn't it? The audition, the big break, the moment of discovery when your whole life transforms in a moment. It's an intoxicating dream. And I've seen that movie too, and I love it, but it's not the only pathway to success in the performing arts. Let me use myself as a counterexample. Also on my website, I have my CV, which you're welcome to download if you're interested. It's a document of everything I have ever done professionally. It's 14 pages long in very small font. And the reason why I make this obnoxious flex is because I want to make the point that the total number of opportunities that I personally have received from open call auditions are 2, 1, 3, a very small number. I'd have to go back and check. For me, it's always been, I meet somebody and that relationship eventually turns into a collaboration, or I get funding, or they get a grant, or I make a phone call, or somebody sees me on stage, or I see them. I've done a lot of work in the academic space in both theater and dance. Work begets work. Every time you say yes to an opportunity, you are opening up multiple doorways down the line. Activity generates more activity. I've never had to audition. If that sounds like sorcery, I assure you it's not. It's about embracing the ethic of work, and it's about building relationships over time. And if you're interested in how to begin that cycle, I have a whole video on getting going. It's something I feel very strongly about, and I believe every single word that I say in that video. But regardless, thank you for your time. Like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.